All right, so today I want to show you guys one way that you can stabilize your ZV-1, ZV-e10, or ZV-1F footage. All right, now we know active stabilization is going to always be the best on the ZV-1, ZV-e10, or ZV-1F active steady shot, whatever you want to call it, right? We know that's the best. Now, I have a newer wide angle lens, so I can go into active steady shot and I can still get that wide angle because we know active steady shot is going to crop us in. We know that. Now, what if you didn't want to use active steady shot? You just wanted to go in standard stabilization so you can keep the wide angle without a newer lens, and you wanted to stabilize your footage. I'm gonna show you how to do that today. Let's go. Okay, so before we do that, I got to give you guys two examples. Second example is going to be the one that we're going to stabilize the footage with. All right, first example, we're going to go with the newer lens, active steady shot. I'm going to go out here in the back and give you guys like a walking style vlog type feel. All right, second example is going to be with standard stabilization. So no active, we're just going to have standard stabilization, walking vlog style feel, so you guys can see the difference between those two when it comes down to active stabilization and standard. We're going to then take that standard footage because we know that's going to be a little bit more shaky than the active stabilization, and we're going to stabilize that footage because that's the footage that you would use, and that's what you're going to want to stabilize if you did not have the newer wide angle lens and you did not go into active steady shot. All right, so let me get the camera off of this tripod. Let's head out in the back, get these two quick examples. All right, y'all, so it's raining, man, so I'm not going to be able to get those clips, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys that it's actually raining. As you can see, it's raining pretty good out here, and I won't be able to get those clips, but I do have a clip using standard stabilization that we can use to show this demonstration on how to stabilize your footage. So we'll just use that. All right, let's head back inside. All right, so I wasn't able to get those two clips. As you can see, it's been raining for the past couple days, man, and I just really want to go ahead and get this video out to you guys. And ultimately, this video is about stabilizing your footage when you're not in active steady shots. So I do have some footage from a previous video that we did when we were not shooting in active steady shot. This is just standard stabilization, so this should work anyway. But right here, what you want to download is Catalyst Browse. It is a Sony app. It should work for the Sony ZV-1, 1F, ZV-e10. Basically, any Sony camera that records that gyroscopic data is what I was told, and or what I've searched on the internet and found. So long as it records that gyroscopic data, it should work with Catalyst Browse. All right, so once you get Catalyst Browse, you're going to have to register, do all that good stuff, and then you're going to navigate to your folder where you have your footage saved. So this is, again, a clip from the previous video that we did when we was shooting in intelligent auto mode. And if you want to check to make sure that the image stabilization was turned off, on the side it has a lot of information down here about your actual file. But if you scroll to the bottom down here, image stabilizer, it says disabled. So that just lets you know that this clip was shot in standard stabilization. It did not have active steady shot or anything like that going on. So real quick, down here in the bottom right here, if you can see, you will hit stabilize, and it's going to pull your clip up and it's going to split it into two. So it's going to have a preview that was not analyzed, and it's going to have the original clip. So right here, if I press play, you can see that this clip is kind of sort of pretty shaky. All right, at least I would say it's very shaky. And I'm kind of glad that I was able to find this clip because, as you can see, I'm walking by the fence, and it looks very, very shaky from at least my point of view. All right. One thing you want to pay attention to when you're analyzing this is up here in the corner. It says minimum crop ratio. I like to keep mine set to 90 because that's how much of the actual like video footage I want to, like screen I want to retain, right? So like the lower you go on this number, if I'm finna try to make this make sense, all right? So the lower you go on this number here, all right, if you can see, that's more of a crop that it's gonna put on your actual footage, but I'll show you that in real time. But what I like to do is I like to go to about 90% right here. So that, and I do it in manual as well. I keep it at 90. I don't know why I went back to 100, but I put it at 90 right here in manual. Uh-oh, it's not working. It's not working. There we go. Let me put this in 90. So 90 right there as well. So now my auto and my manual is at 90. Either way, you'll be fine, right? But as you can see, playing the clip, it's pretty shaky, all right? So I'm going to go ahead, pause this, and I'm going to analyze this clip, and then we'll watch it a little bit, and we'll talk about it, all right? So once I hit analyze, it's going to do its thing. And at 90%, you'll see how much of a crop. Now, did you see it jump, right? You saw that little bit of a crop that it did. So in real time, I'm at 90, right? If I go to 100, it pulls it back out to normal. If I go to 25%, that's how much of a crop that it's going to pull in, all right? But for me, I like 90. So I'm gonna leave it at 90, and 90 only pulls me in about, I guess, 10%, so to speak. Now we'll go back a little bit, and we'll play this clip. Let me go back just a tad bit, and we can take a look right here side by side, the analyzed and the actual original clip. So as you can see on the right hand side of the screen, that's the analyzed clip, and that's what you want right there. And the reason why I say go to 90, because you still got a little bit of a, well, it's not that big of a crop, but it's still, you know, you're still retaining about 90% of the image quality and the image, all right? So, and I like to keep it in auto because auto shows me the corrected crop resolution and stuff like that. You know, if you go to manual, manual's at 62. Let me put it back to 90%. So 90% in manual, and it just shows the corrected crop resolution. But auto, I like the minimum crop resolution. It shows so you can kind of know where you are, all right? But this is how you stabilize that footage. If you put this in Catalyst, or if you put your footage in Catalyst Browse, this is what you can kind of expect. Now, keep in mind, based on how far you hold the camera out and stuff like that, your crop might not be super significant. But I think I had this just kind of just a slight bend in my arm. But as you can see, it looks very, very stable on the right-hand side. It did apply a little bit of a crop, obviously, but look at how much more stable that looks right here on the screen. And I'm just letting that play so you guys can see that. But look at how much more stable that actually looks. So this is just one way that you can stabilize your footage, all right? And from here, guys, all you want to do, I'm not going to go ahead and process this. I'm not going to save it. It does take a while to export these files in Catalyst Browse. So be careful or be wary of how much footage you're recording if you know you're going to put it in Catalyst Browse, all right? Because it does take a while. But from there, you'll just go up here and you'll just pick your destination, your folder, and so forth, and then you'll export it, all right? So it's pretty simple from there. But again, be careful about how much footage you use, because if you put like a 10-minute clip here in Catalyst Browse and you try to stabilize that, man, it's going to take a long time to export that. So just be wary of that, all right? But anyway, I hope this video has helped you guys in some way, man. Download Catalyst Browse, try it out. If you don't have the newer wide angle lens, which is what I'm shooting on right now, and you know you're not going to be an active steady shot and you want to just try to maintain as much stabilization as you can drop that footage in Catalyst Browse and at least get your footage stable if you're not going to be in active stabilization. All right, so again, I apologize I wasn't able to go out and get those two examples and just kind of use them real time like that. So we did use an older clip, a pretty older clip, probably about a month old clip, but it still got the job done. So hopefully this video helped you in some way. Now, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your man Jay, and I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.